Japan. I am completely, inordinately proud of that fucking opener. And it's just AI. Took me like 3 minutes. Okay, from the Base Japan file, we have Nobunaga. My hands are shaking writing this. I'll throw you a follow. A small Japanese flag, the size of a paperback book, tied to the bumper of a city bus on a Japanese national holiday in 2026. And online, someone is calling it discriminatory. A flag on the bus on a national holiday in Japan. In Paris, the tricolor covers every boulevard on July 14th. Nobody calls it discriminatory. Hang on. In Texas, every porch flies the Stars and Stripes on July 4th. Nobody calls it discriminatory. Hang on. In London, the Union Jack drapes Buckingham Palace for the King. Nobody calls it discriminatory. You're wrong, unfortunately. Only here, only our flag, only on our own holidays, on our own buses, on our own quiet streets. I keep asking how we got here. I do not have an answer. That flag is not too loud. The shame trying to silence it is. That is actually really nice to see, that you put national flags on the buses on holidays. That's great. I like that. However, I did have to respond. It's actually not accurate to say that no one calls national flags discriminatory in other parts of the world. There are lunatics who believe there should be no borders and therefore no national flags whatsoever, because they are inherently exclusionary and no person can be illegal. Yeah. In the UK, the English flag, the St. George's Cross, is considered a symbol of racism by some. In the US, some people call the flag a fascist symbol. There are madmen everywhere amongst us. Yeah. Eject the people vilifying the national flag, Japanese or otherwise. They are traitors, same as the ones we have in the UK. Make exile great again. Right there with you. Just the kind of thing that people who hate Japan with a passion, yet keep leeching off it like parasites while living there, keep droning on about. Yep. Am I following Taro? Yes, I thought so. He says, Nobunaga responds, thank you, Taromaru-san. One of these days I'll get a bit more facility with Japanese. It's indeed strange that people who say they, quote, hate Japan, while continuing to live in Japan, are making such a fuss over this. We just want to fly the national flag in an ordinary way. I think it's wrong that in this world that gets labeled as discrimination. It is wrong. It is absolutely wrong. It should not be accepted. And the people who claim that it is discriminatory should be fucking banished. We need to bring banishment back as well. Public punishments, banishment, public shaming, all of it. I assumed this was a joke. Apparently it's not. Holy crap. This is from The Economist in Japan. How diversity in Japan will enrich child safety. Are you fucking retarded? And my only response was, statistics from Europe will tell you that that is an absolute falsehood. Yeah. Nerdzerker says, I trust that about as much as a 99-cent power strip from Temu. Oof. Holy shit. This is not good. This is bad product. Holy fuck. The imagery they crafted also puts the foreigner in a position of authority over your child. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. This looks like the first act of a Japan remake of Taken, where Sanada Hiroyuki must save his daughter from that guy. I would love to see that. Fixed it for you. Yeah, how diversity in Japan will enrich child safety. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, learn from Britain. Britain made that same mistake. Caution, mosque ahead. Oof. Do not allow this to happen. Japan should ban Islam. But saying it's not a religion is not fair. Then deport every Muslim, no exceptions. There may be the rare few that actually manage to integrate peacefully into Japanese society. Those ones, maybe. Be a beacon and symbol of hope for the entire West. Islam is not a religion of peace. This from Ayaan Hirsi Ali. It's a political theory of conquest that seeks domination by any means it can. If you're not aware of who this lady is, Ayaan Hirsi Ali, I would encourage you to look her up online and listen to a few interviews with her. Yeah. Let's see. The British people accepted it. It's like a nightmare. North Yorkshire Police. Hijab made part of force uniform. Yeah. I missed an opportunity in the first one. Oh, yeah, the dripping blood to form the star there. That's nice. British media outlet. Oh, hang on, talking about The Economist. This is a British media outlet with offices throughout Europe and America. Why is a Western news outlet allowed to spread this communist propaganda on Japan's behalf? Here's The Economist CEO. Her full name is Lara Salome Boro. Wake up, Japan. Yeah. Having witnessed the devastating impact of the wars in Lebanon and Croatia, I understand the profound difference it makes to offer hope and support to refugees and displaced people during their most challenging times. The vital work carried out by UNHCR is more crucial today than ever, and I am delighted to be able to contribute to their efforts through UK for UNHCR. Fuck off. Yeah, never let evil take root. Yeah. Okay, moving on. From Kumashun, ISFJ Cute Bear. This is the final battle. Japanese are revolting on May 31st in 15 cities, the largest anti-immigration protest in modern Japanese history. Theme: the true enemy is the Japanese government. Why? Takaichi is a snake who betrayed. Sanae Takaichi became PM on one promise: strict immigration. She talked tough. She said she would rethink immigration policy on zero base. Then she did the exact opposite. 1.23 million more incoming. 805,000 supposedly skilled workers. Yeah, if you're an employer in Japan and you've looked at foreign laborers, especially those from India, and they appear to be better qualified than candidates in your locality that you would have to train and therefore cost your company money, I would highly recommend that you investigate very carefully these people that are coming from somewhere else to ensure that they don't, in fact, have a fake qualification. Interview them before you let them leave where they are, and make sure, ask them questions that will require them to actually understand the work. 426,000 under the new training program. Why are you training foreign workers? You have loads of people in your own country. 1 second. What is the unemployment rate in Japan? The unemployment rate in Japan as of March is 2.7%, which increased. So, yeah, hire young people. Train the young people. I mean, the whole salaryman thing is a Japanese thing. Why not get these people involved in your company? Get them invested in your company so that they stay with your company for their entire career. Treat them well. Show them that they're valued. Train them. Encourage them. Promote them. Put them in charge. That's apparently on top of 3.77 million already in Japan. Her voting record, which really should have been made public before she was elected. She voted yes on the 2018 Immigration Control Act, the single biggest immigration expansion in Japan's post-war history, the law that created the Specified Skilled Worker Program. Every major immigration expansion bill during her decades in the LDP, yes. 11 million plan. The government's own research institute projects 9.4 million foreign residents by 2070. Now 2040. Leaked LDP planning documents circulating online suggest an explicit target of 11 million foreigners. Takaichi's government held we'll say probably backroom talks with Bangladesh to import 6 million Muslims to meet 50 to 60% of this quota. Insane. The true number, 4 million plus foreign residents as of 2026. Jesus. Plus 10.5% growth in 1 year. So you added a tenth of your population in 1 year. Yeah, Canada, more or less the same thing. Now all of a sudden, supposedly our government is looking at ending immigration. Bullshit. 81% of Tokyo's entire population growth in 2024 was foreigners. 45.8% of new adults in Shinjuku ward, foreign nationals right now. 600,000 births in 2025. That's what it's about. It's always either about food or slaves. And if you want to create a new serf class, you go to the most desperate people, tell them you'll pay them half of what you pay a native-born Japanese, and they'll go, yeah, I can't eat. Sure. Foreign residents pay only 49.7% of required pension contributions. Japanese taxpayers cover the rest. Foreign residents pay only 63% of health insurance premiums. So they're not actually contributing to the system, they're draining it. Same as what's happening here. Everything is theater. She talks about strict immigration, gets elected. She announces caps. Media reports it as crackdown. Exempts the permanent residency visa from caps. Nobody notices. Expanded total intake to 1.23 million. Yeah, paid by Russia. That's the claim anyway. Need to stop this. Stop the invasion of Japan once and for all. So this is dates and places, I assume. Sorry, it wouldn't be dates and places. It would be places. I am making an assumption. I don't read Japanese. But it's the 5th of... it's May 31st. 5th month, 31st day. I'm going to guess these are the symbols for month and day. That's cool. Also, it turns out to be a Sunday. As many people's day off as possible. Muslim men come in as one person in the statistics and take up to 4 wives, have as many babies as they can. Those babies grow up Muslim, have the protection of citizenship, don't get counted as foreigners. But they support the foreign agenda of their fathers, of course. Yeah. And they will, of course, support the religio-political agenda of Islam, which is counter to Western and Japanese culture. Marching won't stop her. The people had to remove her from office. Well, yeah. Stephen Farr, I am in Tokyo on this date. Would it be appropriate for me to join in? I'm from the UK, can attest to the damage this mass invasion does to a culture and people. You notice the Westerner wants to help the Japanese because we see that we're in the same situation, the same shitty boat. Yeah. And our government is cutting holes in it the entire time. Yeah. Okay, I think... No, not quite the last... Oh, I have a cute one for the last one. From 26ers BP115, the Iranian regime official. We went to Japan. We had a budget of millions of dollars to convert the entire country to Islam. In 6 years, we only managed to gain a single convert, and that person wasn't even Japanese. Yeah, don't underestimate the Japanese. Stay based. Yeah, I did say stay based, Japan, you savage bastards. Oh, what's this say? Show me the translation. Same as BYD's cars. Okay, that's going to be a reference I don't understand. 8-year-old child bride dies from internal bleeding after her wedding night. I mean, converting to Islam or whatever just doesn't make any sense to me. If it were something major like Christianity, maybe. But go ahead and do your Allahu Akbar crap on your own time. The Japanese concept of 8 million gods is like cherry-picking all the good stuff for peace, so it's perfect, you know, there's no fixed doctrine. Yeah. I wonder where you're from. Oh, there's no fixed doctrine. Yeah, don't necessarily need one. It works for the Japanese. Don't expect it to work for you. You need to understand that the discipline is too strict for the Japanese mentality to keep up. Oh, yeah, right. Because the Japanese are not disciplined people. Jesus Christ. Yeah. When I think of a people who are not disciplined, who aren't orderly and clean and peaceful and self-controlled, yeah, Japan leaps right to the top of the list. Fucking kidding? They're more disciplined than fucking most Westerners. Speaking of discipline, especially trigger discipline, this is just cute. Or kawaii, I suppose is the right word. So I'll pause this here because it is fun. From Lillian Moo, Lily Tactical. Why can't you act like a cute girl? Guns don't suit you. You want cute? Here you go. Yeah. And the caption on the post. Why can't you act like a cute girl? Guns don't suit you. Now, cute, that's probably translated. Cute being kawaii. It's a slightly different concept. Kind of childlike innocence, wonder, whimsy. It's extremely difficult to explain another culture's concepts, even though you can translate the word. But this is straight up cute. Catch my heart, baby. Also, the pink magazine will make it cute too. Okay. We'll, let's see. Under the cooperation of the company, we've practiced thoroughly, ensured safety at the muzzle and surroundings, obtained permission before filming. Good kids should practice thoroughly before trying it. Don't shoot steel or paper targets, shoot earthen walls. Yeah, if you're just learning to shoot, that's a good idea. Steel bounces and causes... yeah, you can get ricochets off steel. Paper will send fragments flying if it hits wood. With dirt, you just end up eating dirt. I said I wasn't 100% sure I'm using the word properly, and I said kawaii. That's the place in Hawaii. Then I had to respond to myself and say I was not. The word I meant to use was kawaii. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I've been more attracted to a woman in a few years. That was adorable. That was fun. That's the word that came immediately to mind. That looks fun. Like, she's having fun. She's not being serious. She's not really trying all that hard. Great trigger discipline. Great muzzle control. Right? But this is someone who has practiced with a firearm because that's her job. Her content is guns. Right? I would feel far less comfortable watching me do that. Not least because I would look way more jiggly than her making those moves. And I'd have a hell of a time getting my hips to swing like that. Sorry. Made myself fucking retarded laughing that time. Captain Credible says, honestly, I don't think I've been more attracted... Oh, okay, I read that one. Reminds me of the BSR pink block dance. Yeah. Oh, only it looked way better when she did it. Can someone explain to me how she got a gun license? People like this should be banned for life from using or owning a firearm. Why? You went full retard, man. Never go full retard. Yeah, like, what are you angry about? She did it safely, and she was clearly having fun. Yeah, silence foreigner. Yeah. You what, mate? Yeah. Both of these. Crucial bunny. That's funny. But just based totally on the name you've chosen, both of these. Yeah, you gotta follow. In Australia, you ask permission for everything. Your country is like an HOA run by Karens. In the US, we can pretty much do whatever we want because we feel like it. There's nobody to ask permission from, and the Constitution says we can have guns if we feel like it. Nobody licenses guns. You are wrong. There are registrations. There are... Oh, at least we don't have mass shootings every day. The fuck you talking about? Mass stabbings. Just because your media hides it from you doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I've got a meme for this somewhere. You got this. You go out there and tweet the dumbest shit imaginable. Really? Jesus, guys. What the hell is with the hate? Take it from someone who's forgotten more about how to use a firearm than any firearms instructor in Australia. This woman is a professional. Never met her in my life, but game recognized game. Yeah. Even myself, I can see that she is being careful and having fun. Fuck is a gun license? You wouldn't know anyway, dude. You have a fucking Drago. Please. Your name's Stefan. Excuse me. This is America. As long as you aren't on meds, you can have anything your state allows. Yeah. I don't live in the U.S., but I think, yeah, fuck off, don't care. Yeah. She immigrated to the U.S., not Australia. We have rights here. Yeah, no, she simply strolled into a gun store and went, gun store-chan, 1 Glock 19, please. It's so kawaii, that's so... And they just gave it to her. I would. No, I wouldn't. But, why are you gay? Yeah. No fun allowed. Okay, I can't find it, but someone had commented that it would have been even better if it had been punctuated with the ringing of steel as she was pulling the trigger. And we'll just watch this again because why the fuck not? Catch my heart, baby. And I mean, she's clearly shooting into a berm, right? You're not hearing any steel being hit. So, yeah, who cares? She's just having fun, dude. If you can't have fun, that's fine, but don't step on someone else's ability to have it. Okay, let's move on to comment section. So, it turns out our government here in Canada has signed us up for something none of us really expected, but should have. From Melissa Rogers, China just gave Kearney a strict warning. That's right, Xi Jinping is talking shit to our Prime Minister again, and that Canada must stay committed to the One China policy. Now, I wasn't 100% certain of what this is. I had a feeling, so I researched to confirm it, and that'll probably be the first comment that you'll see. What exactly did Kearney sign Canada up for during his visit to China? Yikes. So we'll have a look at this image. Chinese ambassador to Canada, H.E. Wang-di, conducted an exclusive interview with the Globe and Mail, Canada's largest English newspaper. According to the Addressing the Taiwan question, Ambassador Wang stressed that the Taiwan question is a red line that must not be crossed, since it lies at the very core of China's core interests and serves as a crucial political foundation for China-Canada relations. He pointed out that Prime Minister Carney repeatedly reaffirmed Canada's commitment to the One China policy during his visit to China. He therefore called on the Canadian government to strictly adhere to its One China commitment. So we have to we have to lie and say that Taiwan and China are the same country. Yeah. Okay, sure. Hi, West Taiwan. Grok, in very simple terms, what is the One China policy? And this is the answer I got. The One China policy is the view that there is only one sovereign China. The PRC is recognized as its legitimate government, and Taiwan is considered part of that single China, not a separate country. Most nations, including Canada and the US, officially follow it, while often keeping unofficial ties with Taiwan. Yeah, so we were following it anyway. But, yeah, still strikes me as dirty. Let's see. Speaking of dirty, a Westlock, Alberta resident is facing a human rights complaint after distributing flyers urging residents to oppose a proposed Pride crosswalk in the town. That's right, you're not even allowed to argue with them. Is my chat not working? Oh, let me make sure. Okay, chatbot's working. I'm surprised I hadn't had anybody pop in yet. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, so we'll see. Let's see. So, at what point did it become a human right to alter traffic signals for your political philosophy? That's part of it. The fact that you can't even argue against them altering your area, your region, is insane. That one from Juno News, by the way. Let's see here. Canada, do what we say or we'll hurt you. Yeah, right. So, this is a hate crime. This is a protest. Yeah. It all depends on who's in power, doesn't it? Maybe we need to get some better people in power. From Wall Street Apes, American was driving a brand new 2026 car. Car gave her an alert that said it couldn't see her eyes. It then automatically disabled the gas pedal and slowed down enough that it could have caused an accident. She had to lean forward so the car's facial recognition could register her eyes and stop the kill switch because the car thought she might be asleep. It was a 6-lane highway, and all of a sudden the gas stopped working. I'm pressing on the gas, I can't get it to go, so the car is dinging, making all this noise. I can't figure out what's going on. I have to take my eyes off of traffic that I am now endangering and look at the dashboard, and in English it says, sit up straight, we can't find your eyes. Why do you need to see my eyes? When I sat upright, the gas would work once again, so I pressed the gas, but I was slowed down enough that it was going to cause a traffic hazard. And the thing is, it knew I wasn't asleep because I was pressing on the gas, so it knew I was awake, it just wanted to see my eyes. Why does your car need to see your eyes? Once I sat upright and leaned forward, I guess it did facial recognition, then it says, may I send these results to a third party? This is horrifying considering the new mandate to have kill switches in every vehicle by 2017. It looks like it's already happening, but overseas. We're just next. This technology can and will be abused by the government. Yes. And then they'll redo the cash for clunkers thing, only it won't be voluntary. The same as they claim it's a voluntary buyback with the guns, but you'll be charged if you don't take part. Funny fucking thing that, isn't it? Yeah. Government is necessary because people left unchecked will do evil. Yes, but the government is composed of people left unchecked. Yeah. Speaking of people who need to be checked, from Coquitlam, BC, via Max Bernier, we have an Indian immigrant washing his clothes in the river using household detergent. Locals shout at him that the detergent will affect salmon and other wildlife. This is the new Canada. Let's put an end to this together. Mass deportation. Now, I have said repeatedly, mass deportation isn't enough. We need to remigrate these people. They are not compatible with our civilization.
No, we don't put soap in the river. There's salmon. There's salmon and all sorts of fish. This is a good. This is.
Sweetheart, he doesn't care what you're saying. You're on the other side of the river and can't get to him to kick the shit out of him in time. Yeah. And I said to Max, this is why we say immigration needs to be reversed, not just halted. It is one thing to say we need a moratorium on immigration. It is scenes like this that show us that remigration is necessary to prevent not just our culture, not just to preserve not just our culture or our communities, but our natural beauty. Aware Bears says, we've been rinsed and hung out to dry by our government. It's time for a change and for mass deportations. They are polluting our nation literally and figuratively. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, an account based in Canada is talking shit about or in India, rather, is talking shit about Canadians. Yeah. Canadian Prepper. I get there's a tragedy of the commons here, and if everyone did this, it would be a shithole. However, the same people complaining about that don't complain about tailing ponds and every other industrial process that's much, much worse. It's just out of sight. What are you talking about? There are restrictions on tailings ponds. They have to be cleaned up. They're not allowed to run freely into rivers. And if they are, you can actually complain and get that fixed. Yeah, you have the power to do that. At least you did until, potentially, you did until recently. From Table Salt. Major breaking. Albertans have reportedly submitted 300,000 signatures. We're going to skip this one. I'll come back to it. Or, more accurately, I'm going to go and do something else here. Take that one out. Not exactly something else. I'm just looking for something more connected to this that is more relevant. Here it is. So, I'll just give you the brief on this. Albertans have reportedly submitted 300,000 plus. I think it was something in the realm of 301,620, something in that area. 43 bankers' boxes of Albertans, signatures of Albertans, excuse me, looking to trigger a referendum to leave Canada. I apologize. Smashing the 170,000 requirement set by Elections Alberta. This is going to happen. Buckle up, Canada. Well, yes and no. There are other issues, but yeah. This from CTV reporting on it. CTV is not only pushing fake headlines claiming just thousands of signatures were collected, but unbelievably, they told their viewers that only thousands of signatures were collected. The amount collected was over 300,000. This is a purposeful decision on their part to leave that amount out. They do not want viewers to know the truth. Pretty shameful if you ask me.
Well, an Alberta separatist group handed in a petition today in favor of triggering a referendum after collecting thousands of signatures.
You'll notice she says thousands like it's a big number, but never actually gives you the real understanding of the order of magnitude that these signatures were in.
Elections Alberta still needs to count them all. Premier Danielle Smith has indicated the question of separation could be on the ballot as early as October if enough signatures are collected and verified. CTV's chief political... Well...
Yeah, we don't care. So, they are purposely trying to diminish the separatist movement. Yes, they are, Ryan. When the maple-flavored Pravda is so easily outed telling lies, is it any shock that the federal government wants to clamp down on social media? Yeah. Now, I did point out somewhere else, I think, in my repost of this. What she said is technically correct. Hundreds of thousands are thousands. But morally, through journalistic ethics morals, such as those are, what she should have said, to be fair, was they have collected hundreds of thousands of signatures, well above the 170,000 threshold that is needed. But they can't tell you that. Yeah. No Country for Old Women says Sandy should retire. I don't really care what you think of that. How can you watch CTV and not believe what you're watching is liberal government propaganda? And there's two responses, so we'll see what's said here. I know, many people don't think twice. That's because there is no conservative news source in Canada on television. There is no conservative news source in Canada. If there is, feel free to point one out to me. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll go with this one. This almost ended up in Sic Semper Mentallis, but it'll stay here for now. From Mr. Sunshine Baby, I'm not following him. Caroline Elliott confirms her view that Canada has a, quote, racist past.
No question Canada has a racist past. Of course, like every single country has a racist past.
Really? All of them?
We know this. That's not...
See, they will, and this is a conservative who wants to lead the BC Conservative Party. Conservative. No. Here's a thought, Caroline. Perhaps you should consider the fact that every country has it. Maybe they're not actually racist. Maybe viewing history through a modern Marxist lens is a bad idea. And I did point out, I mean, we can take the moderate approach to that response and point out that, yes, she's correct, Canada does have a racist past, but then so does every other country. Or we could take the modern approach and tell her to go fuck herself if she doesn't like it. Yeah. Let's see. All natural history, all ethnology shows that while the crosses of the Aryan races are successful, the Aryan races will not wholesomely amalgamate with the Africans or the Asiatics. It is not desired that they should come, that we should have a mongrel race, that the Aryan character of the future of British America should be destroyed by a cross or crosses of that kind. Sir John Alexander motherfucking MacDonald. Yeah. Leave that one out. Oh, this one's fun. This one almost could have been in Six Semper Mentalis as well. From Genius Tech, liberal couple, we're packing up and moving to Canada because of Trump. That's right, they're escaping the orange fascist. What is your message to her on the way out? You have no idea what you're in for? My message was, these people have no concept of what they're leaving or what they're moving into. Beyond that, they haven't actually moved from the US to Canada. What they have done is trade one urbanite shithole for another. Yeah, they probably moved from somewhere like New York or Chicago to Toronto. Because, well, Windsor, actually, I think in this case. I think they do show themselves entering Windsor.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains up on myself. Won't let my freedom ride.
So you think leaving the U.S., where you have a constitution that protects your right to free speech, your right to own a firearm, to defend that right to free speech, your right not to have the government turf you out of your own home to house soldiers, you think all of that was bad. So you're going to come to Canada, where none of those rights exist, because they're all essentially granted privileges under government that will suspend them at will. Have fun. Yeah. Let's see what some of the other... hey, liberals wanting to move to Canada. What's wrong with Mexico, you racist bastards? We've got one of those, too. Yeah, liberals, brain on empty, mouth full. Yeah. Adios, pendejos. Laughs in Canadian. Yep. That is occurred. Yeah. Shh, no one cares, yeah. I love it when Democrats remove themselves from the voting pool. It's as satisfying as when illegal self-deport. I'm leaving the USA, but first I'm going to post about leaving the USA, then I'm going to stick around to see what everyone thinks about me leaving the USA. Yeah, it's kind of like when I'm moderating chat and someone screams, I'm leaving here because you're all assholes. And I go, yeah, banned, timed out, hidden. And then I send a message saying, you didn't need to announce yourself, you could have just fucked off. Yeah. Take off, hosers. Good riddance, bye, don't come back. Yeah, hasta luego, Felicia. What is this? Yeah, this is probably what they could afford in Toronto. Welcome to their future liberal dream. Yeah, you forgot something, though. There should be 2 or 3 immigrants sleeping back here and 5 more in the next room. Speaking of Canadian immigration being an interesting thing, Lord Miles ran afoul of Canada's immigration, sort of. Canada Customs has declared my lighter as, quote, possible hate propaganda, says Lord Miles. I thought I was following, and it turns out I'm not. So, I couldn't understand. I mean, he's talking about a cigarette lighter. What the fuck could be possibly wrong with the lighter to have that happen? If you're interested in buying the Osama bin lighter... yeah, I guess when you open this, the star lights up. I'm half tempted, but... no, I don't like flame torch lighters anyway. I like my standard... Hang on. Where are you? There you are. I like me Bic. I like to flick my Bic. Shut up, don't clip that. I can clip it myself. But yeah, order number media. A $10 USD lighter. Possible hate propaganda. If you have ordered to Canada, don't worry, it was let through without issue. They allow historical reproductions no matter what. What the hell's wrong with your lighter? Oh, never mind, I see the ad link now. Welcome to Communist Canada. This didn't clear Canadian customs. It did, they let it through. They just put a possible issue on it. Yeah, so that, they can ban it later. Customs declared value $10. Retail $65. Yeah. That's likely the import tax. We don't want to clearly state the value of the items on forms to save our buyers from larger import duties. Appreciate it. Surprised it's not in rupees. I think it's hilarious that they tax it in USD, and by that I mean fucking pathetic and embarrassing, like are we even a real country? Surprised it's not rupees. Yeah, what does... Hang on. In Bangladesh, it would be a taka. There is, oddly enough, a bit of goodish news, sort of, maybe, kind of, possibly. It seems that CSIS has listed Canadian-based Khalistani extremists, which apparently they're referring to as CBKE for some reason, as a national security threat. Canada-based Khalistani extremists continue to pose a national security threat to Canada and to Canadian nations, or Canadian interests, sorry. Yeah, that's from Table Salt. We keep letting them run around the streets with swords. Okay, that's Sikhs, not necessarily Khalistanis. It was a national security threat. If it was a national security threat, you'd think the police would fucking do something. Yeah, right. Because, the problem is the swords they all run around with. I showed this video the other day. Yeah, that guy's got a fucking broom-handle Mauser. God damn it. So fucking jealous. I just want an Inglis high power. Is that so wrong? For those of you who don't know, Inglis makes fucking household appliances. Oh, I'm going to have to pause for a moment. Okay, you guys can hear me again. We have some company. So, Newfoundlanders are loud people. I figured I'd switch mics. You don't need to hear the conversation, the gossip. CBHT, Canada-based Hindu terrorist is a major threat. Where are you from, sir? Oh, look, your last name is Singh. Could you have a vested interest in confusing Canadians? I'm confused. Just a few months ago, Canadians were told that India no longer posed a threat. These aren't Indians. These are people who want to subdivide India to have their own country within it. Or accepted from it, excluded from it. Jagmeet is thinking. Yeah. What's this one? Skip that one. Oh, hang on. Did I fuck up something? From Wall Street Apes? Oh, this one. Yeah, this woman bought a brand new printer. She bought the ink for the printer. She bought the paper for the printer. Now she's at home ready to print. She can't print. She says, they remotely shut off my printer until I paid $7.50 to print in my own home on my own printer that I own. This is the new $7.50 subscription plan from HD Printers. Here's how the plan works. Instant Ink and their newer all-in plan programs are subscription service options. You pay a monthly fee based on pages printed, not ink used. Plans start low from $1.79 to $7.99 per month for 10 to 100 pages. $7 or $8 a month plans are for around 100 pages. If your payment fails, HP will remotely shut off your printer.
My printer, I own. Okay, listen.
We'll let her talk for the 40 seconds she's going to talk, and then I'll explain how to avoid this problem, because I have an HD printer right there behind me. It's not going to be shut off.
Okay, listen to me. I just tried to print something from my printer that I own. My printer that I own, with ink that I purchased, and paper. And I can't print without a subscription plan. The concept of having to have a subscription plan to print in your own home from the printer that you own that already has ink and paper in it, they remotely shut off my printer until I paid $7.50 to print in my own home. To print on my printer that I own in my home.
Yes. Yes, they did. Because they can get away with it. Let me see if I can find the image. HP wanting to make changes to computer windows. See if I can find the image that I'm looking for, because it will be a bit more helpful. Is that it? No. Okay. Close that. Maybe I can find it somewhere else. Okay. Is this it? No. Okay. Here's what you need to do, and I did explain it down here. There is a simple solution to this. When you first hook up your printer and it asks if it can make changes to your system, you tell it fucking no. And you keep telling it fucking no until it stops. Fuck you, HP. Yeah. Basically, when I hooked up my last printer, I made the mistake of saying, I think Instant Ink had been listed as a free thing, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll sign up for it and I'll end the subscription later. About a year later, my printer just stopped working. Would not print, would not accept anything, didn't tell me I needed to subscribe to anything, it just wouldn't work. I was like, okay, well, I'll go buy a new one for less than the cost of new ink. Actually, sorry, let me back up a bit. I had purchased new ink thinking it was dead. No, the problem was that I wasn't going to pay the Instant Ink subscription rate. For two reasons, actually. Because A, I don't need a subscription. I barely ever print. Two, or B, why would I subscribe? I needed to print that day. I didn't need to wait 3 to 6 weeks for some printer fucking ink to be shipped to me. So I went and I purchased ink at a Walmart, and within a day or so, with that day when I got home and put the ink in, I got this message, oh, you can't print, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, that's weird. Then I did a bit of research. Turns out the Instant Ink thing, because I had signed up for it, I had allowed it to make changes to my system. I got fucked over. Now, every day or two, usually less than, probably every 2 or 3 at this point, I'll get a pop-up that says, would you like to let this program make changes to your system? And it's the HP printer. Or would you like to let this device make changes, or whatever? And I always click no on that. Do not allow your printer to tell your computer what to do, because that's exactly how it manages to shut it off. Now, my printer is connected to my computer through the Wi-Fi network, so it is possible that HP could inject something into the Wi-Fi. Well, not the Wi-Fi necessarily, but into the software that runs the printer on my computer. Though I rarely use the actual HP software, I generally print directly from the word processing program or the graphics design program that I'm using. And yeah, anytime the printer says, oh, can I make changes? I always go, no, fuck you. And I will keep saying no, fuck you, and fuck you, HP, until you fix this fucking problem. Let's see. Well, that's obvious. I'm going to actually go a bit quicker here. That one I'll do tomorrow. Okay, this is going to be the last one today anyway, I do believe. No, those two I'll do tomorrow then. Okay, so this will be the last one today. And we'll do some lulls, and then I'll get out of here for a little bit. So, from Wall Street Apes again, all these donuts at Krispy Kreme are seen going through the production line, and at the end, they drop directly into the trash. Yeah, this is insane.
There the donuts go. You can see them on the conveyor. There's the dude. Okay? I'm telling you, he's picking up the good donuts. Let's go check it out. See?
Each of those donuts probably cost half a cent or less to make because of this production line setup. But yeah. So that gives you an idea. And I did say this is a staggering waste of food. I've never eaten a Krispy Kreme donut. I'll probably never eat a Krispy Kreme donut. Donuts that are made that way, yeah, and Coffee Beans to point out, yeah, except that's not really food in the nutritional sense, yeah. What a waste of the cost of food, so many people struggling. Krispy Kreme aren't food, Yeah, that's a mistake the guy makes. So this is why they're $30 a... Jesus, are you serious? A dozen Krispy Kremes typically cost between $13.50 and $29. Oof. And that's depending on location. Why is it depending on location? Remember that one time when they offered free donuts, take the hot shot? Yeah, I do. Maybe you wouldn't have got the AIDS if you didn't like donuts so much, DNA. Support your local business. Yeah, if you can, always buy local. Right. Let's see, we'll shut that one off. Okay, let's do some ha-has and get out of here. So we'll start with this one from, I don't know why that's running a video. It should just be a post, but there's a reason I paused it. From navon.i.s. Villains always have a PhD. Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopus, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Hannibal Lecter, Dr. No, Dr. Frankenstein, Dr. Evil. It does go on and on. Meanwhile, the good guys usually stop at a master's degree. Master Yoda, Master Roshi, Master Splinter, Master Miyagi, Shifu. Luke Skywalker himself stopped at, well, technically Grandmaster. But clearly graduate studies corrupt the soul. Yeah. Then we did have... Oh, no, we didn't actually. Never mind, I'm stepping ahead of myself. But training for police security position, how to use a firearm. Yes, this is absolutely the way you want to hold the Glock. Because when you go bang, and it goes bang, and it goes bang, that's fine. And you'll notice I didn't hit myself in the nose on purpose. And of course, it's a female evaluating her, so she pays no attention whatsoever to her form. What the fuck is that thumb doing all the way up there? Enjoy your slide bite. Yeah, no, take your time, by all means. And yeah, if that was a real firearm, you would have just flagged the shit out of everybody in the room. That's where we're going to stop. Oh yeah, this one's definitely going in the lols pile. Yeah. Muzzle and trigger discipline non-existent. Clearly demonstrated the ability to walk and chew gum at the same time. 2 out of 10. Yeah. Yes, we absolutely should pay men and women exactly the same thing, shouldn't we? Am I for equal pay for equal work? Who wouldn't be? Firefighters often come to mind, and this poor fellow was handicapped from the get-go. Now, it doesn't look like he was, but when I restart the video, you'll understand why I say he was absolutely handicapped from the get-go. You'll notice something different about the two of them. She's not carrying a ladder. And that guy is still faster than her, carrying probably a 20, 30-pound ladder. She can't even climb the fucking thing. I know who I want saving my ass from a fucking burning apartment on the 3rd floor. 4th floor. She still hasn't even gotten off the ladder. Yeah. Copy link. Ditch that. I think... Yeah, this is going to be the last one today. Oh, no, sorry, I have two more. Two more. We'll do 2 more. We can ignore the idiots diving to their deaths. So that one and that one. Okay, there we go. From 26ers BP115 again. Good follow. A boy handed a rainbow flag by a participant in the Pride Parade. I do believe the old song goes... My response was, attaboy, boy. Okay. This one from Donut Operator, who is clearly suffering from being married. He says, Happy Cinco de Mayo. It is, in fact, Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. So happy Cinco de Mayo to all who celebrate it. Though I think he means happy Cinco de Mayo.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Fucking sound that made. Jesus Christ, Donut. And I couldn't help myself. What the actual fuck, Donut? Yeah, Cinco de Mayo. That's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. I've got to pick apart another self-defense thing before we finish up here. And yes, we will be talking about the tappy tappy. So this guy is, I assume, training some sort of self-defense martial art. Hokey. We will call it bullshitsu because it fits in that category.
Yes. So as you can see, that movement counts for every movement, right? Doesn't matter what angle. 5, 4, 4. Yes. So once you understand the tappy tappy.
Yeah, once you've got the tappy tappy down, guys. Yeah. I'm going to demonstrate something. I don't have a blunt practice knife because I don't believe in them. But what I do have is a ruler. Now it's floppy, so bear with me. But this whole tappy tappy shit that he's doing, no, it's a knife. It's got a blade for a reason. If you're going to grab somebody by the arm, you don't do this. You fucking do that. Cut their frickin' tendons so they can't do you any more harm. That's how you defend yourself in a knife fight.
That's when it works. So hold this for me, kid. So if I'm empty hand.
Nothing like having the most willing senior citizen with no teeth, meth head, helping you out.
Through.
What the fuck was that elbow? Hang on, let me bring it back. And the elbow did absolutely fucking nothing. Look at that. Woo. Through. Yeah.
It's the same sequence, right? So I'm just adding a little flurry.
Okay. The guy's got a front butt. There's first problem. Now, I'm a big dude. I am obese. I am morbidly obese. And I am not sloppy like this. It's not great when I'm not clothed, but I'm not nearly as sloppy as this guy. I haven't done any real amount of martial arts in decades. But this guy doesn't do anything. He is nothing but blubber. Flab. Do not take lessons from someone built like this guy. Unless, well, here's your other option. If you want to take lessons from somebody and they're built like this, try and kick their ass first. If they can stop you, maybe they've got something to teach you.
To it. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I will point out, if you're going to try to kick the shit out of them, let them know you're going to. Give them the chance to at least prepare themselves. Nobody defends a sucker punch very well.
Turn it over here, strike through. Knee to the leg.
Also, for the record, he probably just damaged his own assistant's knees. Good job.
Right, sweep. Yes? It's all part of it.
Oh, he does have teeth.
Yes?
Sorry.
So,
He just has squirrel face. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's talk about the tappy tappy. Jesus Christ, that's Don Blad damn ham. Street name Wonton. See, even the sumo looks better than that guy. Why are you the way that you are? SEAL Team, no, it's Meal Team 6, not SEAL Team Lard. Led by the Fupa Troopa. Yeah, Warpath says I'm stealing Fupa Troopa. Yeah. He should be holding a ukulele, not a cutting tool. Granted. Hey. Crunch. Yeah. Is that Steven Seagal? To current scale, yes. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tapperoo. Imagine selling folks on the tappy tap for a living. There's a sucker born every fucking minute. I've seen a similar warrior once. This guy takes the job serious. Hang on, I'm going to say something here now. This guy doesn't respect because he clearly loves and enjoys and worked hard to get good at it.
Good.
Woo. That's a lot of fucking.
That's awesome.
That's why.
Very cool.
I'm sorry. When you can do a job with that much flair, you absolutely love your job.
That's awesome.
Doing good work. This guy is working.
Wow.
Look at that. That was awesome, man. Let's see. Violence is extreme motion. Chaos unleashed. No. Violence. In terms of combat, of conflict, you don't want to be chaos. You want to be ordered, controlled, direct, focused, technically accurate. That's how, morons get their ass kicked. Dude was thinking, well, I could totally slash your face right now. Dude, if that was a real knife and he wanted to, he could cut that chin right off him. Captain Chaos is real. Oh, how dare you. Hang on. That's Dom DeLuise, you heathen. You put some respect on his name. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for the recorded segment. I'll put up the rest later, or I'll put the videos up later. I'm going to take an extended break right now because, of course, some family is visiting and I like to spend a bit of time with them. If you would like to support me in what I do and you have watched this far, I deeply appreciate it. Please like the video at the very least. Also share. Feel free to follow if you're watching on Rumble. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to subscribe on Rumble, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but I would far prefer you went to Ko-Fi. If you support me on a monthly, regular basis through Ko-Fi, I'll put your name, if you want me to, in the ticker down below, alongside Sadie Sapientia, Simon JJ, and ZenRap7. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a video in the morning and try to do the James Bond reading in the evening. We'll see how I feel when I get up. Apparently meteoropathy is a thing. So I'll be doing a video talking about meteoropathy in the near future. I may actually recruit one of my contacts to help me with it. Not sure which one yet. In any case, folks, I hope you're doing well. I hope you continue to do well. And as always, rise and rise again until lambs become lions. Bye-bye.